Welcome, everyone, to the first episode of The Chosen World. I am the Unknown Factor. You may know myself from To the Factor. You may know me from Zay. You may know me from No Fucks Given Radio, which is where I met this man, my brother, from the same spiritual mother. That motherfucker y'all know is Mr. DKB. Bro, what's good?
Yo, what up, though? Episode one, huh? Chosen
Hell,
World.
Hell yeah, dude. Like, and I'm telling you, here's the goal with episode one of The Chosen World. Because I decided to start two fucking podcasts. One of them being this, one of them being the questionnaire. The main goal with this is to make sure this fucking actually exists because the first episode of the other podcast went into the multiverse to go to fucking nowhere. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, that's some
You know?
hype shit.
Yeah. But this is The Chosen World. The Chosen World, man. We're gonna do a lot of things on this podcast. But to start, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start grabbing members of the Chosen Few. We're gonna bring them on here. We're gonna chat with them. We're gonna chat with them what got them started, how they meet Judah, how they get into the Chosen Few, get into all kind of things. And with that being said, Mike B's in the house. Mike B, how you doing today?
What's up, guys? How's it going? I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Yo, we good. What up, Mike B?
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you guys for having me on here. You said this is the first episode, right?
Yeah, man.
Well, it's my pleasure to pop the
Yeah.
cherry, I guess, if that's all right to say.
Hey, man. You say whatever you want, man. It's the other podcast that I'm trying to keep a little bit more clean. I'll be real honest. I don't think Judah gives a shit as far as what we say, as far as content in that matter, because I'd like to think that if you look at the content we put forth as the chosen few, it's explicit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So look, I'm gonna jump right into that, man. Right. We're gonna get a bit more into you, Mike, here in a minute. You know what I mean? As far as what got you all started and everything, but this is the
Uh,
chosen world, man. What I want to know first, right, is how'd you get into the chosen few, man? What's the whole story there? Meeting Judah and everything.
well, I mean, Judah was in a live chat on Instagram, like watching it one night, and I was in on the live chat or on the call, and then he started following me, and I wanted to, like, I knew when I came back, I did my first headlining show out in Columbus, Ohio last July. And when I came back, I knew what I wanted to do. Okay, like, I love music. I want to keep making music, but, pardon me, but, you know, making music since I was a kid and, like, out here where I'm at, I never had a platform out here to really be heard on a local level, you know? Um, so I was, blessed with, access to this venue in like the heart of the town, like right in downtown, like center downtown. And I had a show coming up, and I was on Instagram, and I saw that he was online, and I called him one day, and he answered the phone, and I was like, oh, what's up, man? Like, I didn't really expect you to
Hmm.
answer, you know, like I know who Judah Priest is, you know. I'm like, all right, cool beans, what's up? How are you? And then it just like kind of went from there. Like, dude's a real dude. It's my big brother, you know. I'll tell you the same.
Hmm.
So.
Dope. Now you say
Yeah,
you.
Judah. Oh,
I,
go
I
ahead, bro.
just say you say you did your show in Columbus, Ohio, but you're not from
Yeah,
Columbus, right?
yeah, no. I hooked up with this promoter. I'm not gonna go ahead and say his name, but I hooked up with this promoter out there, with this other artist that I had just went down to South Carolina and opened up for like the May before that. Was supposed to do a show out there, but I guess they had a falling out. So the guy called me and he's like, "Do you want to do this?" And I was like, yeah, definitely." So I got a couple other artists from out here in the 717 area. I was like, "Hey guys, do you guys want to go out here to Ohio and rock it?" You know, and they came out and, pardon me, it was dope. It was a pretty good show. There's probably like 60 people there total. It wasn't a great big venue, and it was fun.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. So now, how you met Judah in what the past just couple of years then, right?
Yeah, I met him actually. Before the beginning of this year, and
Okay, okay.
yeah, I had the show out here in February, the post Valentine's Day pop up party. Judah Priest came out. He brought members of the 144,000 chosen few, and people from the town loved it. Everybody was out here, man. We had people from Jersey, uh, DC, Virginia, West Virginia. It was a lot of fun, man. Like Gettysburg, York, Chambersburg, just a bunch of other places in PA.
Man, Mike, you got no idea how much more you're making me hate COVID right now. Right?
Wow.
Right? Bro, come on, bro. I know my brother
Right,
feels
right,
it.
right. I feel you.
I
I
know
feel
my
you.
brother feels it,
I'm
right?
just shaking my head.
Because because right before COVID hit, um, that was the show that was planned. That was like Judah was coming out with the Chosen Few. He was on it. Like there was niceness planned right before the virus hit and kind of destroyed everything for a lot of people. But we'll get into that for a minute, man. But I want to flip it back to is so you met Judah fairly recently, but you said you've been making music like your whole life. So when did you start getting into this?
Well, I did my first song. I wrote and recorded my first actual song when I was 16. It was called Give Me That Butt. It was on the Master P, Them Jeans beat. Um, it was, it was funny for the time. Um, wasn't the greatest, but it was definitely fun. Like they used to play my music out here at the local skate rink on Fridays. I did one or two local. I think I did. It was two local shows at an under 21 club they had up here back in like '09. But it was just always get together and just like do music in mom's living room, and even when I didn't have anybody around, I'm in there. Just whatever. But
Right.
that was something like she never supported. Like she'd come in and see me on the computer doing music. Oh, you better stop with that rap shit. No, no, no. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. Yeah,
Mm. Yeah.
but
Oh, I was waiting, man, motherfucker. I thought you was gonna come in with something, brother. I really did. Like, cause what? Because I know that's the interesting thing about myself and DKB as far as a duo. Not to cut into
No.
Kill the Factor promo or anything, but it's
Yeah.
the fact that like he started way more like you did in the fact that
Mhm.
making music since forever. Where I started
Yeah.
when I was
Yeah.
32
I was
and
the same way. I
24 years.
started in like when I was 11 or 13 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But like I remember like my first rap name was like Tito the Pimp. So like my first shit was just macking on girls on the bus. You know what I mean? Like, just same
I think
as
my
you. Like
first,
yeah, just same like it's the
uh,
same. It's the same shit. That's hilarious.
I
But
think my
yeah.
first rap name was Infamous.
That was another question. See, I was about to get into. You ever had any other rap names or like a funny nickname that you no longer go by or something stupid you used to call yourself? You're like, man, what the hell was I thinking?
I used to call me Mikey B, man. Like I said, I was calling myself Infamous. I used to put music out on like the MySpace way back in the day, like MySpace
Right.
music and whatnot.
Damn,
But
I was on there.
yeah,
dating
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. Um,
Shit was popping.
but then I was over at an associate's house at the time, and they were doing a song, and I got on the track and just hyped it up, and I said so and so, Mikey B this or whatnot, and he's like, "What'd you say?" And I was like, and he played it back. He's like, "That's your name." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "That's your rap name, Mikey B," and I was like, "Okay." I really like it, but
Hmm.
it stuck. So, but but I feel
That's
like
funny.
that.
That's
Uh,
funny because I sort of have a similar story as far as I wrote a lyric and was like, "You can call me an unknown factor," and someone was like, "Hey, that's your rap name," or like, "That's your name," and I was like, "Oh, you're right." And I didn't have the same feeling you did. In all honesty, in that moment, to me it was a moment of clarity where I was like, "Oh hell, dude, you're right. I am the unknown factor." You know, like so it was a little different, but I get that, man. And it's always, like that's a dope moment, man. But you've just broke it down to Mike B at this point, really, right? I mean, you don't really go
well, I
by
mean,
Mike B from everything I've
it's,
seen.
it's more like an alter ego thing, like the real Mike B, Mike B, Mikey B. It all depends on what mood I'm at. A lot of times really just kind of depends on what beats in front of me.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel that. So you say you like a lot of different making it like emotions of music, not just like one style of music. So like
Yeah,
what all like influenced you? Was you just strictly hip hop, or did you have a bigger upbringing?
oh no, man, like I grew up listening to like Metallica, AC/DC. Mom had us listening to, I got love for all genres of music. Man, I got to experience a lot, like country, rap, rock, um,
Yeah.
R&B, soul. It's, you know, and I don't believe I have like a type of music, like if I hear the song and I'm feeling it, the lyrics are okay, and
Mm.
I could be a fan.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I like
You
that.
know,
That's what I was gonna say, because most people that have those range of emotions in their songs, really can't tie down what influenced them because they have such a large influence of shit. It's just kind of dope to hear, the backstory,
yeah,
come into it.
you know. I think the reason I even started the reason I started writing like I journaled here and there back in the day. I'm the oldest out of three kids. I got two younger sisters, and then it was my mom, and I was a single mom. Like my dad passed away when I was three, and then me and both my sisters, all three have different dads. So like it was just different, I guess. Like I don't even know if I can say different because I've never been in a household where it wasn't full of women. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Unless it was in like a placement or a group home or something. So uh, I wrote to my notebook a lot, and it actually got me in trouble one time where like she had what is it, crisis and all that come out and talk to me, and they put me in a room, and I'm like, well, you
Uh,
know, my my mom was a character. Like I got love for my mom. I love my mother. She's no longer with us. So it'd be wrong to sit here and just like sound like I was talking shit on her, but it just wasn't
it was
nice.
man. I also think it's a lot of it was a different generation that was raised by very, very much a different
Yeah,
generation that was just around so much difference as far as how society in itself ran. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like I was
Oh,
born in the late '80s, where I grew up in the
yeah.
'90s. I got my ass whooped, and if that didn't work, then they do other shit. Like my mom had me, and she had me in Brook Lane Psychiatric in Hagerstown, Maryland, when I was 4. I mean, they were again when I was 6, and then I got locked up again when I was 13. I wasn't, but later on, like when I'm 13, I'm not, necessarily doing the things I'm supposed to be doing,
But what,
but
13 year old
whatever.
it is? Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I
really,
think we was
I
all
don't.
I don't
there.
have any influence, but the people I was hanging out with, and I can't, just put the blame on them because I'm there too. Like I was taught the difference between right and wrong and shit, but like growing up with my mother, just and even some other people around me gave me a different perspective on love because like, oh, I love you, but they fuck me up
Mhm.
emotionally and physically, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of I think
No.
a lot of us are, I was born earlier in the 80s, but same thing, the older we get, the more we realize like, man, we grew up in some fucked up homes. Not that it was really necessarily bad. I don't know if our parents really knew the difference either. And now me being older, I feel like I'm fucking up my kid, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I'm not even, I don't feel like I don't even, like, so who am I to judge my parents, you know what I mean?
Raising
Yeah,
it.
and
Yeah. Oh, raising a human being is like literally one of the most difficult things I think a human being can do. And I
that's like
say
the
that with
number
a
one
13 and
goal,
4-year-old.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
At the beginning of each day, you got kids. Number one goal: make sure the little people survive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fact.
So
Yeah, that's a straight fact. But look, let's flip this, man. Let's take this back to a hip hop level, especially with everything you just said and the fact that you stated in your notebooks. I'm very curious of your opinion of two things. Like,
what's up?
well,
Oh
This is
shit.
the
Frankie.
Oh, what up,
Frankie wanted to come say
Frankie?
hi.
What's up?
oh, what up,
So
Frankie? we always got love for
Oh,
animals over
definitely.
here. I just, I don't even care. Like, and I mean literally like all animals, but just don't get into a situation where the thing's gonna kill me. That's all I ask. I don't want to. I know I'm a bear of a person, but I don't want to stand next to a bear. I'm good, right? Much love to Frankie, yo. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But no, as far as I got a question as far as your opinion of hip hop, personally and mainstream, because I'm
Hmm.
curious. Uh, what do you think is the most important aspect within hip hop, as far as the lyricism, is the story, is it the rhyme scheme, is it the mixing, like, or is it just the beat? What out of all and everything else that you know as a musician, I'm not gonna say we're all musicians, we all know. Um, but out of all of that, what do you think is most important for one making a song that can just blow up mainstream? And what is most important for you personally for a song that's like, oh, that's a dope song.
In today's society, for something to blow up, I don't even think it needs that much work, dude. I don't think it needs that much creativity. I just think, yeah, and it's, I'm sorry to say that. I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to keep going with it. So, um, I'll say like a 7 times out of 10. If I hear a popular song on the radio, I'm like, okay, well, there's nothing that really I've heard too much that really has impressed me. Um, I mean, there's a lot of dope artists out there. I mean, like everybody's out there doing something now. Everyone's got a home studio. Everyone's mixing. They're all putting their own flavor to it. But as far as like which piece is more important, I don't know how to answer that. I think they're all important, like every one of them. But because everyone's gonna do their own thing on it, like
I won't lie,
so.
man. I wasn't trying to give you an interesting question, Mike.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I was trying. I mean, not. I wasn't trying to give you an easy question. I said interesting. I mean, I wasn't trying to give you an easy question. Yeah, I wanted to give something that made your brain hurt a little, and you'd be like, "Why did I do this first episode? Is this asshole
mm,
gonna keep coming with questions that like
no,
really?"
it's cool. I appreciate the question. I just don't think I could. I think they're all important. It all depends. You know, it's to the ears of the beholder. Okay, and it's how
Well, see now,
whoever's.
now, don't cop out then, Mike, because that's why I said specifically for a track to do mainstream. What do you think is most important? And for you personally, what is most important? Because I do understand that person to person, that is going to change. Like I could sit here and we could bring on 1,000 different people, and
All right,
I'm
all right,
gonna get it. You know what I mean?
all right, all right. So me, okay, the lyrics. What are they saying? Can I relate to anything they're saying? The beat, is it keeping me moving? Is there a lot of dead time in it? Is there flow on it? Are they riding the beat? Like I don't like to hear, I guess it depends, but I don't like to hear a lot of dead time where there could be something in the song, you know what I mean? So, um, their delivery, how are they giving it to me? How are you going to lift me up out of my seat? How are you going to connect me to what you're saying? How are you going to make me relate to you through what you're telling me? And that's all in everything. That's in what you're writing, how you're delivering it, how you're mixing it, what's all that, what your sound quality is.
That's very true. But the thing you said first was ostensibly, are you able to put comprehensive thought out? You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
ostensibly what I heard from your answer. Like,
Can you
is it
move me? Like, are you talking about something or not to say talking about like selling drugs and getting money and killing people isn't doing anything. I mean, because that's doing something clearly, but that's the wrong message in my eyes. That's the wrong message. So I talk about life, and it may be funny at times. It may be things that bug me, like people wasting my time. Not saying you guys are wasting my time, just saying because that's a single I'm
hey,
about to
hey,
put out.
hey, hey, we did at the beginning a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
No, no, we're good. We just rub it on our chest, right? Keep going.
Hey man, I'm nothing if not blatantly honest as fuck. I
Yeah,
really can't help myself. It's a problem I have. You
I'm
know,
quite enjoying this interview.
you know, you know. But all right, so we know for you. So I'm curious then. What do you think for mainstream? Like, what do you think for a mainstream track is the most important thing to just make that track go?
People behind you, you got pushing it. And again, like what your production's like, is it catchy? Is it gonna catch somebody's ear? How much money is behind it today? Mainstream, like I don't know, man. I don't want to sit here and talk shit on the industry. I'm not.
I feel you.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And I'm not. That is not what I'm trying to cause.
yeah. I know, I know, I know. I
Yeah,
just
by
don't
that
know.
question,
I
but I
just don't.
understand. Yeah, it could. Yeah, that it could very easily go that way. But yeah, that's not what we're trying to cause here. We're not.
I mean, I would
We're,
say
yeah.
like a good chunk of them, a good chunk, maybe like you said, like a 7 out of 10 is just a little bit of money and a push behind it. It just happens to catch on. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily as good,
It's got
but
to be
like
catchy.
in
It's
like
the. It's the.
today's,
It's
yeah, like
catchy.
today's generation, I think I mean, some of them like lyrical. I mean, it's just like there's people like different shit, but like for mainstream, it's always pop. What's poppy? You know what I mean? Rap back in the day, mainstream rap was poppy. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
yourself like saying you listen to certain artists because like
But
you
the
know what I mean.
mainstream rap started on the streets.
That's true. I mean, it's
It
just kind
started
of
on
what
the
it
streets.
evolved to today. You know what I mean?
And
It's
somebody saw that it was lucrative and was like, cool, we can do something with that. And now,
Yeah, how much
you
of
know,
that affect? I mean, like when you hear shit
Ugh.
like just say like you listen to all kinds of. I mean, I don't know what you listen to now, but you grew up listening to different shit. But like say like there's country artists now that basically rap in their verses. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I'm not like a big fan of
Uh.
country, but like it's almost in every genre now where you hear hip hop. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's,
It's
it's,
got to the point where it's taboo, but then it's so fucking household name. Feel everybody loves hip hop. You know what I mean? Like you can't deny hip
yeah,
hop.
you can't. And no, I think it's cool. Um, I'm not gonna sit here and judge anybody and be like, you shouldn't do your thing, but
Do you
maybe
feel
some
like
people
like
should do
some
something
people,
else, I
right,
guess.
are like, kind of like what you say, culture vultures, you know what I mean? Like, are some people being genuine in the fact that, they're making hip hop music in their different genres? Some
Mm,
people might just be doing it because it's the
I'm
mainstream
Uh.
thing
actually
to do.
working.
You know what I mean?
I'm actually working on something now. It's kind of like it's kind of like what do they call it, hip hop ish. Like
Yeah.
it's
Hip
kind
hop.
of hip hop ish, but I don't think I'm gonna come at it like country. I've like got the only thing I've got laid down on it right now is the chorus with the beat, but it's pretty dope.
So that's the
You
thing
know?
with you. You write music to different, whatever you're feeling that day. So, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think that, I mean, somebody like you compared to, say somebody else that's coming out that's, just jumping on that, like you say, hip hop wave. Like,
I don't
We
know.
I
gotta
don't
Like
do.
know.
I
Like,
We.
just
how can you differentiate yourself from them? You know what I mean? In today's society.
oh, I mean
Uh,
I don't know. That would all depend, I guess, on what their intentions in doing that hip hop out of nowhere is for. Like I said, I've been writing and recording music. I was 16. I'll be 34 in July. So like half my life already. And like I haven't put out a bunch of stuff, but I've always written and I've always, I haven't always recorded everything, but I had a few songs back in the day that were cool for who I was in my age group, 16, 17, 19, 20, something like that. But then when life happens, you just kind of stray away from it. Maybe not everyone's into music, but like whatever you're doing, whatever your dreams are, when life happens, you might stray away from it. I just,
I think you can feel that a lot in music. You know what I mean? Like when you hear like somebody like you making a song, you can hear that. Like you put in your time for your craft. You didn't just throw it out there.
Yeah, I mean, so, some people like I can hear a new artist on the radio, and sometimes you just be like, okay, like that was cool, but how long have you been doing this? Maybe they've been doing it longer than I know. I don't
Well,
know. I'm not here to
it
judge
almost
it.
gets
Like,
to the point where they're, you know, coached. Because you know what I mean. It's like such a repetitive sound.
well,
It's
yeah, and at
you
that
get
point, it's just whoever's behind them pushing them, trying to, fill like line their pockets. Is what I would imagine. I don't know personally. I would just imagine.
I think that's what breaks down
Everything.
to people's music, like your music. You can feel like that. It's like a confidence. You can hear it behind. You know what I mean? Like every word you spit, it's different. You say the different than that motherfucker's gonna say the. You know what I mean?
Somebody told me a long time ago too. This is this guy lived in Baltimore. This was back in like '06, and this is the first beat that we had ever had like made for us. Me and this guy I used to record music with back then. Uh, we recorded this song on a different beat, and then we just sent him our vocals, and he made this beat around our vocals, and it was called "Watch Me Do My Thing." And I wrote the chorus, I did my verse, and he's like, listen, like your bars and everything, what you're saying, like it's cool for this track, but like I just don't really believe what you're saying in it, you know? And
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, well, I've never done really any of that stuff, like, so, but
All right. Well, that's like
you get older, you experience
yeah.
more
When you're
things, and there's
younger,
more to talk about,
yeah. I think
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
younger, you don't. I don't know. I don't think you necessarily know what to write about. You know what?
I think,
You just
and can
think
I
it.
say
You
that?
know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I think, and I'm not trying to fucking placate my own goddamn ego here when I say this, but I like to say, like, Jesus, I'm in a hell of a collective of artists as far as being within the chosen few and such, and Judah and you and everyone else that I collectively fuck with. I think that's what has a lot to do with me as far as it's the fact that I had a lot of life experiences. And then I started doing this, and I was kind of musically inclined, anyways. So, even though, so it gave like a
Yeah.
weird shift advantage because it
Well,
is.
because
I
you
think
already
it's a
knew who
lot.
you was as a person. I think like as a
Yeah,
young artist, as a young man, you're still trying to figure out
yeah.
who the fuck you are too. So when you're
That's what I'm
writing,
saying. Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
No,
But
no,
yeah,
no.
like
Your point's completely valid, bro. As
I
far
don't
as
know if
like
this is a
what
question
is.
or we're just arguing for nothing, but you know what I mean? Whatever, whatever.
I don't think we're. I wasn't. I wasn't arguing,
I'm
asshole,
just
man.
saying. I'm
He's
just saying. I
he's
don't
a.
know if I had a question. I'm saying I'm making
I
this
don't
is
up.
know,
where one
Mike.
of you tells the other one to rub that shit on their
Just
chest,
rub it on your chest.
right?
Rub
Rub
it
it
Boom,
on your
right
in.
chest.
there.
That shit, yo, that shit is nice, by the way, dude. I dug that track. I did that video too. Y'all should go check that out. Uh, I don't know. I don't know where we're going now, cause yeah, no, I don't know. Like he's just sitting out here smoking on this weed, making me like, yeah, I need something
Okay.
too.
My bad.
Whatever. I guess you want me to
I
ask
don't
a
care.
question? Whatever. All right. Since we're talking about newer generations and you're coming from the old school, pen or do you pen and
Oh
paper or do
shit!
you write on your phone or your tablet or whatever?
I have some notes in my phone, man, but
All right. Pulling out evidence. Look at that. Paper, pen. See, I
All
love
right,
that. That's what I'm
all
talking
right,
about. That's what I'm talking about there.
and there's
yeah.
lyrics in these
I'm
books,
gonna add
bro.
a side. I'm gonna add a little side question here. Do you have to have a certain kind of pen, or does it matter what kind of pen you write with?
It
Mm.
don't really matter. Some pens I write better with, but like I never really notice it until I get that pen in my hand. And I'm like, I might write with it from like, ooh, I like this.
That
Like
feels
this,
right.
I really like this pen.
See, I'm stuck on G2s, so that was a completely valid
See,
question,
you like on
DKB.
G.
It
I like
was.
G5s. I like G7s. I like G5s a little bit, but yeah, yeah, I know what you
Uh,
mean though. Like if I don't have like my certain shit, I feel weird when you're writing like this ballpoint ink pen, big pen ain't working for me. I'm sorry, Bic. You know what I mean? I'll use your products if you pay for it, but whatever. 144, use all your big products.
yeah, I mean, if you want to sponsor us, Hell, I'll make a track about it.
Send me some razors too.
For real. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm all down, man. So I'm curious, man. Now, let's go into a bit more, because my brother just brought it up as far as the chosen few. Um, can I be real honest? Holy hell! Do you know how many of us there are?
I imagine it's like kind of like a Woo thing. There's like 150,000 members or some shit. I don't know.
It's
I think that's
I
the
just
right answer.
yeah, it is. I'm waiting for
Hmm.
the round table to drop. I'll be real honest. Which
Yeah, me
uh
too.
like I'm looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to that. Y'all should keep an eye out. I know I'm not exactly sure when it's dropping. There's not an official date, but I know you can check the cover that my brother right there did and hook the fuck up, which is just nice. But man, like, what is it? I'm curious because this is conversations that myself and DKB have had as far as like super groups and this and that and things and like, have you ever had past experiences? Because like everything I've seen from you was just solo. You ever work as a group or anything like that in your time? And did you ever have any larger groups that you worked with? And are there any stories there?
You mean like with music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I never belonged to a group, but like I featured with other people that were like from my town and that were doing music when we were like teenagers, man. Like 18, 19 and that, but as far as being part of a group, no. So,
Man,
but
that was a way shorter answer than I expected.
Okay. Well, like
I,
how
I've
I
always
mean,
being
kind of
I
been like,
okay to bounce off the how like being a solo person. How do you feel now? Like that you're affiliated with 144. Like, do you feel the strength in the numbers? You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily that we're a whole fucking group. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But the
well,
connections that you feel. Do you miss not maybe not being in a group or a duo or
no,
anything
no,
or
no. It's not really too much different to me. Besides, like, bro, the support, the love, and it is fucking dope. Like, I haven't talked to anybody from 144 that hasn't been supportive or hasn't had, even if they
yeah.
didn't like, yeah, bro, your song, you're like, that track's dope. Like, hey, this, I would have done this. Like, I appreciate that, bro. That's all right, bet.
That's dope. That's dope.
So, but I'm able to still do me. I'm able to still do my thing and be me and stuff. Because
Hmm.
like, Rub It On Your Chest Productions is its own label as well. Like, I have my own label. I got me and another artist, and right now anyway. So,
Oh yeah.
but
hell
I'm
yeah.
hoping. Like, I don't know. There's some talks on something happening with. I don't want to say too much because I don't know. I don't want to say something and then it not happen or something different happen or
Right.
so.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, man. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I know that's with what we do. That's the way a lot of the things are, man. At least you ain't
Yeah.
in like some Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation, right?
Shit.
Honestly, dude, I don't even know too much about that besides the fact that she tried to sue him for something that he didn't do and then she shit on his bed or something. I don't know. I
Dude,
wasn't paying attention to it.
dude,
I
look,
don't. I
I
refuse.
I only know because my wife watched the absolute fuck out of it, and it's my wife, so I caught bits, and I will say it's kind of a hilarious story in the long run, but we won't get into it beyond that. But yeah, wow, how you gonna shit in somebody's bed, man? For real. And I
Well,
ain't trying to, but don't go
you know
shitting in
what
your own
I
deserves
have
bed.
a
light shed
question. All
on it?
right. Like, if you shit in
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
anybody's bed, who would you
Yeah.
shit in?
You know what? If I could shit in anybody's bed, whose could I shit in?
That's what the man
Just want
asked.
to
You
ask.
know, I can't even answer that question because they probably will never see it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
They deserve it
that's all
though.
I'm gonna
They
say.
know. They
Yeah,
know they deserve it.
maybe, or their people do. But anyway, back to this Amber. What's her name? Oh yeah,
Heard.
that the
Her.
whole time that thing was happening, I was just
I was the
wondering
same.
like what they're trying to distract us from that's really happening elsewhere, you know? So I'm
Yeah,
just,
Bing.
like,
yeah,
when things
yeah.
I'm crazy, I'm like, yeah, bro, like, okay, like, I've been saying this shit for like the last 12 years, and I had guys come like, yo, you don't sound so crazy anymore. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree with you in that it was very much a shit show and put on everywhere and just pushed everywhere to a degree that it did very much seem like, hey, what the fuck, like, what's you got going on elsewhere? Because I don't think none of this is kosher right now. I think it's I don't really know what I want to think it is, but I don't think it's going to be a comfortable situation for pretty much the largest percentage of us in the long run, and from what it looks like. And I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just waiting for like some fake aliens or some shit like, at this point, or
Uh,
maybe some
yeah.
real ones.
I'm not saying by any means that I don't think Johnny Depp deserves, to be in the, to be in the spotlight. He's a great actor. He seems like a cool guy. I don't know him personally, but I'm just saying.
That should have been, like
I
I
don't
said, man.
care.
My wife watched a good deal of it, man. I mean, it was an utter shit show. My whole opinion of it is like there's at the same time uh bro, what's that chick's name? The
It's called Who
oh
Gives
this
a Fuck? We're
well
talking about
You
no
hip
realize you
hop,
hit
not
two
fucking
puns in
Amber
the
I
same
Heard.
sentence, right?
oh well no dumbass. I'm trying to talk about fucking like some politics shit and like what was the dude
Condoleezza
that
Rice,
no bro the dude that killed the dude that supposedly Jeffrey Epstein his girl.
Giselle,
Yeah, like she was on trial and none of
whatever,
that. Like there was a couple
Maxwell.
drawings, and that's all we got. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that's the thing they should have been putting out publicly like that because there were
But
so
was
many
that it?
there's so much things involved.
Or they're
But
saying all these food
and
industry fires.
yeah, I mean that's it. It just makes me, and that's what I say. I
Soylent
agree.
Green is people.
Oh God, that's frightening.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're gonna burn everywhere that processes the food, and if you don't know how to hunt and clean your own food and cook it, you
Okay.
might be eating people. Who knows? I don't know.
well, that got
So
dark
that's what I
rather
was
quick.
saying. Like, okay, I'll
All
bounce
right
off of
now.
that. Like,
Uh, uh,
since you feel pretty much the same way we do, like how the world's going. Like, how much do you feel like importance of your hip hop in the grand scheme of things, your music, your lyricism, your story, or are you breaking away from the norm and giving people more energy? You know what I mean?
I
Or is it a mix? You know what I mean?
I
Or
think
you
it.
you just not give a fuck? You just rolling
I
with the
think it.
punches like hip hop? You know what I mean?
I am kind of like. I think I might be a mix of everything as well. Like I have people that I don't even know. Like, yo, dude, that's cool. I can feel that. I like when you said this. The beat was dope, and I'm like, thanks, man. I
That's
appreciate that.
dope.
Like, that's dope to hear that from a complete stranger. Like, to hear that from like a homie, like your friend, your boy, whatever. That's awesome too. Like, that's no, not one is greater than the other. But like, I don't know the other person at all. They just heard my song, and now
yeah.
they was like, hey, that's cool. Like uh, it's cool that my family and stuff thinks it's dope
You
too.
do you
But
ever feel
Right.
like do you hear like is it shit like you thought would be like like that they like, or is it always like something like totally like that blows your mind like whoa, like I didn't think somebody really liked that, or like you know what I mean, it wasn't really like on top of your list, you know what I mean?
hey, it wasn't on top of my list, but I knew if, I I know that I'm not the only one that goes through some of the things I go through or feels the same way I feel like when I'm even just goofing off on a song talking about something like, like standing in the line at the grocery store or some shit
Hmm.
and I'm fucking pissed off and drop my wallet. It's just some shit. It might have happened to somebody else, but yeah, bro, that was dope. That was dope. Good shit. Like that's dope. Like I said, when you can connect with somebody else, your job as an artist, that's part of it right there.
Hmm. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, agreed, man. I fully agree. um, I'm curious though in that. as an artist, with how things have changed, I mean, you've been in the industry long enough to where you were around during the change, from where it goes from physicals to now pretty much everything's streaming. People used to drop albums, now it's mostly just singles. Why do you think everything went that way? Because I mean, overall, I think the overall opinion is it's just the attention span of people has lessened. That's what makes it to where you've got songs that are 2.5 minutes, and
That's because
oh,
you don't
go ahead,
need
Rick.
the big record companies anymore. If you got a hot single and you can, you got good production behind it, you can, there's platforms out there, services out there that will put you on platforms like hold on, like Spotify and iTunes and all that. And
Yeah.
if it goes crazy, then there's, everything else can just come afterwards, and you don't need a full album to do that anymore.
Do you
But
think that's better?
I don't think it's worse, but I don't, that's
Isn't that kind of what we were striving for as artists? Like we all
yeah,
wanted a chance to do our own shit.
yeah.
But
Like
it's almost like, do you feel it's oversaturated?
what, like putting out albums?
No, just like, like the market, like it just feels like a new single, 7 new singles come out a day. You know what I mean? You got to if you're not keeping up every week, like you're already out of the fucking loop of, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, this you got to be doing something else too. Like I'm working on a mixtape right now with another artist from out here. We're gonna have a feature some other artists from the 717. I'm gonna start reaching out. A couple of people are aware. A couple of 144 people want it. I don't want to make a big announcement yet because we still have a couple of things we have to get done before the actual production of this happens. Before we actually start, I mean, we have like 2 or 3 songs that are ready to go on it, but we need other people to be on the same page. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, but it's gonna happen. It's not gonna be any detox shit. It'll happen.
Yeah, we still waiting on that. That'll never happen.
No disrespect. No disrespect. None whatsoever.
I think. I mean, what do you think when that happens as an artist, though? I mean, are you careful in that regard? Because I mean, I've seen it happen but to where shit is announced and then something happens and it never occurs. So they've essentially built up hype around something that's just non-existent. Um, is that something you really try to take into importance as far as before you announce anything that it's hey, it actually exists? You know what I mean? Before you make any kind of announcement as far as what it's going to be and what's
Oh,
going forward.
oh yeah, yeah. And I know that firsthand. I know back in the day, like I'm ready to do shit, and it doesn't get done sometimes. I got out of the mood, or just people I was relying on to help make it happen weren't serious about it. And like when I grabbed this venue and did the first show out here, October 2021, nobody believed that it was happening. Until they didn't, even when they see me out with the flyers and stuff, putting it all around town. I was in like 3, 4 other towns, Maryland, wherever, and like nobody really believed it happened. But boy, we had over 100 people in the first show, and it was a blast. And it's
I
not
can't.
gonna happen unless you make it happen, man. Like. But when you announce things to happen and you don't have everything or a couple of things planned out, you don't have a backup for, well, what if this happens? Okay, well then we'll do this.
I think that's because, like you said,
Oh
I was just
wait.
gonna say it's because when he
No.
grew up, writing and shit, you didn't put out everything. You set on shit. You honed your craft. You made sure shit was solid before you're putting it out there. And it sounds
I
like you're
just
doing the same thing with this project. Is all I was gonna say. Now what?
I just feel personally attacked by what he just said based on how this started that nobody's seen. You know what I'm saying?
Me, me,
Yeah.
I attacked you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Because you
Entirely
always
fuck out
want to
of your mouth,
fucking
Mike.
put out shit
Oh shit.
like a sprinkler
I would
system.
like look, I would like nothing more than to just sit in the studio for 2 hours and have 5 songs written. It's
Hey,
not possible. But I
Mm-hmm.
was, I got hit by a car when I was a kid. Like I said, I was in
Oh,
Shit.
placement, yeah. And it messed me up. Like, I was riding my bicycle and I got hit. I was pronounced dead at the scene. I was in coma for a couple of days. I was in a wheelchair for like a year. Got rods,
Damn.
pins, plates, screws, brain damage, and um, my story's no worse than anybody else's. You know, this is just my story. I wouldn't change shoes with anybody else. Um, but as I get older, shit just progressively starts to happen worse. But
Yeah, I feel that. You think that's part of your story, you know what I mean? Like growing up, like why you was this after or before like you grew up like going to
I was,
juvenile and shit?
I just got out of placement June 11th, 2003. I turned 15 in July. I got hit in August.
So
But before, like,
you're trying to turn your
yeah,
life around at this point.
I
Or at
got
least
out in June. It was June 11th, 2003, so it was 19 years ago yesterday. But
yeah.
I got out. I was working at McDonald's. I'm getting ready to go back to school and play football. 'Cause I play football. I rode my bike, like BMX, like hardcore trails,
Yeah.
jumps, all that. And like today, I can't run. I can't really jump too well. I can't do too much of that. Got drop foot and nerve damage in my back, so I got to walk on the side of my foot. So being on stage, like, moving around all crazy on stage is like a no-go for me. Like, I walk around and whatnot, but I'm
mm.
liable to fall. I can't pass a sobriety test sober.
Damn.
Hey man, I sympathize for you in the fact that yeah, I'm really not good at that either.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
So
motherfucker's
I
yeah, you're a
mean,
wibble wobble. Weeble wobble. I
what
don't think you're as bad as this guy.
it's the I mean I yeah I
That's
mean
fucked
I've
up.
had that's way worse than the stories. Like I've had some car wrecks where I've just serious
You
whiplash, and they
went through a
probably
lot of
should have checked me
odds to
by
get
age, but
where
like
he's being, is what I'm saying. Like
yeah
this
yeah
motherfucker.
I ain't trying to get through
There
that,
was a lot
bro.
of
And
motherfuckers trying to get
yeah
you not to get to this point in life, and yet here you
Yeah,
are,
and people out here,
repping
like,
for the
kids growing up,
144.
yeah
kids out here even growing up, man,
woo,
like, even after the accident, like, like, I don't know if it was, like, bullyish or whatnot, but I didn't have a lot of friends, and I get beat up and singled out a lot,
Yeah,
and then, like, and then I did talk a lot of shit, but, like, I wasn't talking shit to be, like, be a hard ass. I was talking shit to fight, because I could barely walk, but I'll fucking pull you to the ground with me and fuck you up,
hmm.
you know? Not,
uh,
Right. Nobody's gonna make you a bit your
uh,
bitch. You know what I mean?
and it's not
uh,
even about that. Like, I can't run. Like, I don't have hear your mouth. Like, I can't run away from you.
yeah
So we
Jesus
don't, we
man.
don't, we don't really worry about all that today. I'm not out here. Like, I don't care what people say about anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, see, but that's dope though, man, that you took all of that, you know what I mean, and were able to channel it into a pen and a pad as opposed to the numerous other things that it could have been. That
Could
just,
have. Yeah.
well, yeah, let's be frank, they're all pretty bad. You know what I mean? Ain't none of them positive for anybody in the long run of things,
mm,
right? So you did manage to take something, dude, that was very much a terrible situation and flip it, man. And for that, hell yeah.
Yeah. Salute to that.
That's a hell of a feat as a human being, bro. That's something
mm,
that a
much
lot of
love,
human beings can't.
definitely.
Yeah, that's a lot of human beings couldn't pull off. They'd be in that situation and they would collapse under some weight of some capacity of something that had happened and end up a piece of shit. You know what I mean, for lack of a better term. Yeah. So all fucking love to you for that, man, and the fact that yeah you've managed to do through that, and then to wind up where you have hip hop wise, and now you're standing with the chosen few and all this. We're fucking getting this fucking movement going, and that's what the fuck it's about, man. Yeah, that's that's it. It's just Jesus though, dude. Don't get hit by any more cars, all right?
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
We sit in the cars today. We don't, I don't play in traffic.
Yeah. Thankfully, I can say all my car wrecks. I was in a car when I got hit. I mean, some of them were pretty rough, but I've never just been hit by a car, and and I'm glad I can say that, and I'm very yeah. I'm sorry you can't, man. Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
sure. All right, back to I don't know. Where do you segue from that?
We've been here about 50 minutes. We got about 10 minutes left or so. So
All right, all
depends how
right.
you want to wind it down or whatever.
I don't know, man.
You want to get more like fucking hip hop? We can ask some questions here. Just
Well,
some shit
look,
that ain't
look.
gonna
I,
split off
I,
into something.
you are. I mean, yeah. Well, firstly, bro, with me, it's a killer factor conversation. That shit goes anywhere, and I break off all the time.
That's true.
That's just. It's not intentional, Mike. It's just how my brain is, bro. Um, it. Yeah, I don't know how else to call it besides that.
Yeah.
That's yeah, it's pretty poignant. All right, but
That
you know
is
what?
true.
You are my brother, and the other half of Killer Factor, man. I brought you on because yeah, you're the hip hop head. Yeah. So ask some hip hop things.
Ask some hip hop things. Like it's just that easy. I don't know. I don't like I said. I don't have no questionnaire, but general shit. Who would you say your greatest influence is in music, hip
My
hop?
greatest influence in music and hip hop would definitely be DMX.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot of
Now,
pain, and like that dude's demons were something like
Yeah.
it's
Every time
nuts.
he made a track, he spoke to, you know what I mean? You could feel it.
yeah,
Yeah,
He
and
can made people cry with acapella, just talking.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
let me ask a
that's like
question in reference to that. I'm curious, and we're gonna keep both these on the chosen world, bro. These are going to be standards. They might go on the questionnaire for before, though, but that's a whole nother story. Sorry you didn't get that, Mike. Everything's mad, and I live madness. It is the unknown. But I'm curious. Outside of musicians, is there something else? And I don't mean like in your life or something. I mean like some other form of entertainment, like movies or like a certain genre of films or like TV shows or something, like books, comics, whatever, just any kind of other entertainment medium. Hell, even just if you
Oh
stare
yeah,
up at popcorn.
I like long
What?
walks on the beach.
What? No, no, no.
Strolls in the
Oh, Mike,
park, and
I don't. I'm
no,
gonna.
no. I got you. I got you.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, but
Uh, well, I mean, I'm a dad too. Haven't really been able to go out and do too many things this summer yet with the kids, but we're getting there. We're working on getting another vehicle here probably this week. So not sure. We will know when we get there. But I mean, I like the fish.
hey, but no, no, no.
Like the
Hey,
hang.
see, this is the problem with my long-winded questions. I
Okay.
apologize. I confuse the hell out of people. I know. I accept DKB. He's dealt with me for so long. He's like, I caught that. He's sitting there smirking. I can see it. He's like, Patrick, you said way too much and confused him. And I do that a lot. Mike, I apologize.
Any form of entertainment
I'm, I'm
that
doing it.
I
Yeah, but like,
enjoy.
yeah, well, no, 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 no. Any form of entertainment that influences you as a hip hop artist. You know what I mean? Because like,
Oh,
and I say that because, and this is just a fact. My greatest influence as an MC is Stan Lee. You know what I mean? And I say that sincerely, and I know it's a very odd answer, but I'm curious to run through the chosen few because I know my brother's always going to ask that question. I want to ask the question: is there something else? You know what I mean? That wasn't music, that makes you just like really want to write music. You know what I mean? Just to, yeah. Does that make sense?
video games.
All right.
Listen, I've been on Grand Theft Auto since 1998, like the bird's eye view, and
yeah,
Yeah. I played
like
that.
on
I have a
PC.
whole yeah,
Yeah.
I have a whole criminal enterprise on online, and it's so you know, I don't know.
Do you hear
Nah,
a lot
man,
of that?
that's
Like, do you
dope.
reference that in your music, man? I'm curious.
Do I know? Not yet, but I have written about just people bitching on these video games and just talking shit. I mean, you
Ah!
guys have all gamed online, I'm sure. You caught yourself screaming at a fucking 12-year-old, like, go get your parents, bring them here now.
Hmm.
You know? Like, how the fuck did you buy him this game? You didn't see the parental advisory? Go kill yourself. You know, like,
Oh
it
my
doesn't really
god.
get like that. It's just an example, okay?
Right.
I don't game online much personally, so I can't say that I've
It's been
ever
a
had
minute since I have, but I've been. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man.
Let
But
me
that's
let me
dope,
guess
though.
real quick. Magic the Gathering.
For which one? I'm curious.
You.
For me?
Yes.
You're funny. No,
No, I'm just
I don't
playing.
do.
I used
I
to
don't
play
do
Magic back in the
CCGs,
day.
bro. I don't. But
I
my
used to play
brother.
Pokemon back in the day,
I
like the
Nah,
did
card
too.
game.
I mean,
For
I played
hero
that a little bit.
clicks.
Look, my brother like lived that CCG crap. He did the miniatures and all that, dude. No, me, I said Stan Lee, bro. I read comic books. What do you want to know? Like, if you want to sit here and have a comic book conversation, Mike, it'll go on way too long because I know way too. That's why the other
I
podcast,
got you.
yeah,
I
it's the
got you.
questionnaire. Yeah, yeah.
So we will probably never have a really lengthy conversation outside of an interview. Because listen, don't get mad. I like comic books. I like comic books. I do. I do. Shh. Don't. No. Don't. Chill. Chill. But I don't read them today.
Nah, I'm the
And
same
I
way.
Well,
didn't really read. And I
I'm the
didn't really
same way,
read them a
man.
lot growing up
This
either.
dude is
Listen,
like so much like me. It's hilarious.
I just couldn't get like I am so ADHD and ADD and ODD. My mom had me on Ritalin at like 6 years old, man. And I was on Adderall, Paxil, Zyprexa, all this shit. And I'm like, you know, um,
see, for me, comics was always one of the things that would like I was able to sit and stop and focus and really read. Like it's just because besides that, I can assure you, ask anyone that knows me, like this motherfucker right here, I'm my brain's pretty frantic. But for some reason, when it comes to a comic, bro, I can sit and absorb it at a different level. You know what I mean?
you
And I
know,
think that's some people are. I mean, people are like that with different things in all different ways. You know,
you know
that's
what,
just that's just
mowing the
mine.
grass, mowing the grass. That I so much. That's a great place to think. A lot of
You
people
can
might say, "Well, I thought
you
sitting on the shitter is a good place to think." No, hop on your lawnmower and just throw on some beats.
Please tell me, DKB, you're laughing because you know I'm like, fuck all that shit, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna be the
Okay.
greatest interview you ever done.
Okay. No,
I was about
look,
to
Mike,
say
but
that.
I'm
This is
like,
the greatest interview
um,
ever. This is the
this has
greatest
been a
interview
pretty,
we've done.
this, this has been a pretty
Definitely.
dope ass interview, man. Can I say though, real quick, Mike? I say fuck all that shit because like my family business was servicing and selling lawnmowers,
Yeah,
dude.
that's what's
Like
fun.
my fucking and like look, my grandpa fucking started that shit, and like there's a real fuck story there that ended up with
But
me having to
everybody's
fucking
different, man. All right.
it's just bad. It's just funny. That's where you went with it. I love it. It's like you're like we'll never talk because comics, and I'm like yeah, you're right. We'll never talk. You like mowing
But
the fucking yard.
I like cutting the grass too. Today we just burn it down though.
Oh shit. Uh,
all right.
we went way off topic of hip
All
hop.
right, we got a couple minutes left. We on a speed round.
What's
Speed
a
round.
speed
You
run?
just ask
Oh really?
questions without your fucking ass talking
All right,
about
all
them.
right, all right, all right. What's your favorite album?
Favorite album
Yeah,
from who?
anybody. Period.
From anybody. Period.
Rap.
Rap.
Yeah, rap.
Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. DMX.
Metal.
Metal. AC/DC. Back in Black.
Favorite color.
I'm.
I mean, is that metal or is it that like rock and roll or whatnot?
I'll let it go.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's
I'm
all
not gonna
metal
be
to
that
me.
fucking.
If it's got
I'm not
guitar,
gonna
Yeah,
be that
I mean, 'cause
picky.
I can go
Yeah,
Slipknot, Duality. That's
yeah.
cool.
I'm not gonna go that picky about fucking genres with people about shit like, oh no, man, that's
it's
actually classical '80s rock and roll. No, man, shut the fuck up. It's rock. It's
I
fine.
might do that and not know I'm doing it until I'm already
Yeah,
doing it. That's
it's
the head injury.
whatever.
Alright.
favorite color.
Favorite color? Green, bro. Like a bright green.
Nice, nice.
Kind of like this, but maybe, I don't know.
Fitted hat or snapbacks.
Prefer a fitted, but have fun finding one right now unless you special order it. I don't know
Favorite
where to find them around where I'm at right now. So these are snapbacks or
favorite toy growing up.
favorite toy growing up. Oh man, favorite toy growing up. Give me a second. I had this joint. It was like a teddy bear. His name was Corduroy.
All
I
right.
don't know if you
Oh
got. He
shit.
had
He had like a
like
corduroy bib on.
yeah, yeah. I used to carry him everywhere.
All right.
Super
Well,
Nintendo or Sega Genesis?
oh,
Oh, Super Nintendo. I mean,
ah,
it really depended what game, because like there were games that they didn't
That
have,
is true.
obviously. So, but
I love me some Knuckles,
There's
and
no
so does my
wrong. There's
boy.
no
But that's
wrong
besides the
answers.
point. I'm curious. So you don't read comics, man. You watch comic films.
I have, yes. I'm not super big on this like Captain America bullshit
All
stuff
right, that's
and the
fine.
whole
Favorite comic book movie.
favorite comic book movie, the original Spider-Man, the very first one.
Sam Raimi. Nice, nice.
Nah, Tobey Maguire.
Oh, Sam Raimi directed, bro. My bad.
Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry.
It's good, dude. That's like I said, shit. I know way, way, way too much about.
Gotcha. Sorry.
You threw me off with that one, motherfucker.
Man, I have a
Because I
tendency
was
to do
gonna, I
that.
was gonna say, do you like Batman or Superman? And then you just threw me off with the fucking Spider-Man. So I wanted to say, do you like DC or Marvel?
DC or Marvel? Marvel. Never really big into the whole DC joint. Like it was cool, but I would just pick Marvel just because the movies were better in my eyes.
Your turn,
That's
mofo.
just my opinion. Listen again, I'm not a comic book guy.
That's
Hey,
it.
no, no,
That's
no,
why I
you're
said
good,
there's
you're
no
good,
wrong
you're good,
And I
answer.
mean
you're
no
good. Hey,
offense, okay? And I mean no
there ain't no wrong
offense.
answers, bro. Yeah. So when you're sitting down watching a film, bro, what kind of what genre of film you like to go to?
Oh, dude, anywhere like comedy, action, uh, even put some like romantic stuff, whatever. I'm not really a horror film guy. Like I never sit down and like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch like somebody rip their head off, or like I'll never do that. But if somebody else wants to watch it, I'll sit down and watch it with them. It's not
Just
my
a
cup of tea.
random question based on what you've said. Have you seen The Atom Project?
No idea what it is.
It's Ryan Reynolds. It's something I think he put out on Netflix. If you're a fan of the Deadpool films, and it's fucking funny. I would highly recommend it. But let's flip that back, man. What's your favorite film to sit down and watch when you just something you want to vibe to?
Like, okay, so I've had cable like 6 times, maybe between 6 and 8 times my entire life growing up. So, um, used to watch a lot of movies, like go to sleep to. It's like having the fan on. Ow, get the fuck down. Sorry,
Frankie.
stand cat.
Frankie, come
So
in. Say,
yeah,
motherfucker, you've been on this interview too long.
so I had a couple of favorite movies I would just put on the vibe, like Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence. Almost any Martin Lawrence movie. Almost any Martin Lawrence movie. Blue Streak. What's the Worst That Could Happen was one of my favorite movies. Was another one. National Security. Those ones are just they're dope.
Okay. If they made a movie about your life, who would you want to play you?
Who would I want to play me? Man, no, I'm not sure. Not sure who would qualify to play me.
Yourself?
No, no.
No, I can't even do
I
that.
honestly don't like. Honestly, like that would be dope. I feel like it would be a dope movie, but I really don't feel like it'd be anything that I would be able to get through doing it, like
Well, you
mentally.
know
You
what?
know what I
You
mean?
know what? Let's
That's
just
I
true.
can
give it.
sit through
That's
it and
true.
watch it, but I'm
Hey,
not.
That
I
might
don't
still be hard to watch a movie about
a
your
little bit,
life
but
no,
without
no. Let's.
critique and
Okay.
everything.
Look, I was gonna say something that I thought was kind of funny. I wanna make it even funnier because I know she really, really needs the work now. So why don't you just give it to Amber Heard? I was initially gonna say Johnny Depp, really, but I mean, Like, he's fine. He's got plenty of money. He don't need to work. But that would honestly be a way better choice, though, in all sincerity. I was just being
Yeah.
funny. Don't take that as an insult. It was an insult to the fact that that bitch is about to be broke as fuck, not because, oh my God.
She's more famous than me right now.
Well, hey, whatever, man. That's true. She's
Wonder if
gonna
Johnny
be.
Depp got pink eye. Like, did he know it was there? How
Oh
did he
my
find
God.
it? How did he find it there?
I don't.
Like, did
I
he
don't.
see
I
it?
don't.
Or
I
did he
don't
lay
even.
on it?
I don't even really rightly want to know.
Remind me of the scene of Knocked Up.
It reminds me of fucking Always Sunny, in all honesty, and Frank,
Who
and the
shit the
whole.
bed or
Yeah,
whatever.
who shit the bed? Who shit the bed? That's all it makes me think is who shit the bed. Well, no one
Yeah.
shit the bed here, man, because this is the chosen few, right? And that's what's up, right? I know you got another fast one, bro.
Nah, man, I was just gonna kind of wrap it up and
What's your guys' favorite dish?
Like, it's food wise?
Yeah, food wise.
Oh, tacos, bro.
Tacos.
I like that fake Mexican food. It's hard
I
to pass
bet.
that up.
Lasagna, man.
I was
I'm a
about to
lasagna
say
guy.
like you can't pass up like a good chicken parmesan with spaghetti. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Meatloaf is a good one. Cheeseburger meatloaf. Bacon
I got a
cheeseburger meatloaf. What?
I got a last quick one. What's your favorite mythical creature?
Oh,
Favorite mythical creature?
We'll go with quick.
How is that a quick one?
What? What do you mean?
Like a
It's just like,
mythical that could be a whatever the fuck you think of.
yeah.
Santa
So
Claus. Santa Claus, right? Santa Claus. This guy like breaks into millions of people's houses every year, one night, leaves a bunch of shit, eats your food, and never goes to jail. Got it. It's cool.
I mean, that
Everybody
is like
loves them.
legit.
Come
Yeah,
on
that is.
in. We'll
That's
even buy the shit for you. Put your
Where
name
do you
on it.
think the
You dope.
song "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus" came from? Like, I just made that shit up.
that's a pretty dope answer. Well, I'm curious then, right? I got one last one. If What mythical creature would you not want to meet face to face?
A smart blonde.
I am the Unknown Factor. This is Chosen World.
I am
This
Mr.
has been the first
DKB.
episode.
Episode number 1
Yeah,
with Mike B.
right?
I'm the
Check
real
out
Mike B, guys. Rub that
check
shit
out
on
the
your
real Might
chest.
Be. Check out the real Might Be. Might Be, tell me you can find your ass real quick.
Yeah.
You can find me everywhere, man. Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, wherever, Instagram. It's all the real Mike B, all one word. Mike is M-I-C, like a microphone, just in case anyone has any questions. RIYC, rub it on your chest. My life for anybody, and it gives you bullshit. Rub that shit on your chest and keep doing it. And don't waste my time. We got this. I don't know what we're gonna do with this shit. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna go on the mixtape coming out, or I don't know if it's gonna be a single coming out. But it'd be dope.
Oh wait, I thought you were talking about this interview. I'm like, this interview is not going on a fucking mixtape. Like, that would be
no. Don't waste my time. Is the song I just did? But I'm performing Tuesday, the 14th in Philadelphia at the Warehouse on Watts, the Wow Center at 9 p.m. with Coast to Coast Live.
I'll be real honest with you. Like, this shit might not be out. Yeah, like, you'll probably have performed before this drops.
Okay.
Proper, right?
Well, I'll probably already live.
But before you go, we
we
need to hear you say, "I'm Mike B, and you're listening to Chosen World Podcast."
How you doing? I'm Mike B, and you're listening to the Chosen World Podcast. That shit on your chest.
Dope. I was gonna tell you to say something too to plug yourself, but you did it for us.
Yeah.
Yo, that was a dope ass fucking interview, bro.
That's perfect, bro.
Guys, it's been real for real.
Hell yeah, that was a pleasure, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for dealing with our bullshit.
Put together.